And we're back with another BS show.
You're always so loud.
What?
You're always so loud.
I think it's StreamYard.
I think so because StreamYard has like an equalized mic setting, and I think it doesn't kick in for the first like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think so too.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, make sure you guys do check the description below. And check out the VPN deal. We got a good VPN in the description. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself, as I always say. And cybersecurity is super important. Nowadays, you're seeing commercials everywhere. I know there's a lot of options. There's a lot of choices. The one that we recommend in the description is a good one. We've been testing it out. And it has a lot of really cool features. Check out their website and you'll see everything that they have to offer. Plus, it has like a money day get back guarantee too. So, yeah, why not? Got nothing to lose. As Next Level fixes his hair.
And while you're in the description below, make sure you check out Buzz TV, buzztvglobal.com. They have special edition boxes right now that are around for a limited time. Want to make sure you check out buzztvglobal.com.
Buzz TV.
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh man. So hope everyone's doing good. It's been crazy what's been going on out there, and yeah, we always try to get you all the news and stuff. So one thing I've been finding on good old YouTube is everyone's making videos on Crapple. I mean Apple TV 4K. Actually, before I forget, I think Next Level has a public service announcement on an Apple.
No, I have an Apple iPhone for sale. I know that sounds really weird, and a lot of people are like, "What do you do with Apple?" I mean, I help friends and family out. What can I say? I have an Apple iPhone 11 Pro Max 256 gig for sale, and I'm selling it for like $450 US, which I think is pretty reasonable for a 256 iPhone 11 Pro Max. So if you are interested, hit me up on Telegram.
There you go. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. See? So yeah, the Apple TV 4K, I've been able to play with it. I think a lot of us know some of its capabilities and stuff like that. I actually had I did a review where I compared boxes.
You sent it back, didn't you?
Huh?
You sent it back.
I sent it back. Actually, You know what?
I knew you did. If you didn't, I'll be very surprised.
Oh no, I sent it back. But I also had one sent to me.
Who the hell sent you an Apple?
Who do you think? I had them send me an Apple. Look, like freshly sealed. And I'm thinking like I got this thing maybe like I'm
really confused.
Yeah. I got this. Okay, so I bought one to review and do my thing. As soon as I was done, I sent it back within a week. Mm-hmm. Maybe days later, I got an email saying, "Would you mind reviewing this?" And well, I'm not going to share the details on it, but the email did have at Apple, and I'm just like, really?
And you already made the review, but you didn't release it yet.
Right. So I didn't say nothing. I said, sure, go ahead, send it. And at first they were saying like, oh, I would need to purchase it. And I'm like, nope. I never purchase products. It always gets sent to me, blah, blah, blah. So sealed. This thing is sealed. I don't know if you can see the plastic line right there. All the way around. This is wrapped. Like,
well, I mean, you have my address if you want to send it to me because you already reviewed it. I mean, I'll take it off your hands. No problem.
Look at this. See, you can see the plastic.
Yeah, I'm telling you what you can do with it.
So, if anybody wants to buy it, I'm actually gonna sell it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
I'll buy it.
I'm gonna buy one anyways. I want one. Really
Why
good
do you want
devices, man.
one?
They're badass devices.
You're gonna be so limited. Well, you have a different
I
setup
won't
than
be
most
limited.
people.
I won't be limited. I'm never limited. I'm next
You,
level.
I'm next level. um. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this one is the 64. Yeah, this is the 64 gigs.
Well, that's the Wi-Fi model.
Yeah.
Tell them not to be so cheap and send you the 128. What the hell?
Mine says designed by Apple in California, model A21, blah 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 blah. Like it has like all these things here at the bottom. But anyway, yeah, this is the 64 gigs, 4K HDR. I think this one, from what I remember, is like $160. I'll probably let it go.
No, that was
for,
cheaper.
Huh?
That was cheaper, bro.
You sure?
I'm pretty damn sure. I will check the prices right now. We'll check the prices right now. Okay. We are looking at the Wi-Fi model, which is, this is not it. The 64 gig?
Yeah.
It says 129.
129?
Yeah, it's really good price. I'm telling you.
I thought it was more for some reason. For some reason, I thought it was like 160. Maybe they're having is that a Black Friday sale?
This is the price on their website. It says no sale or nothing. And then the Wi-Fi 128 is 150. These are really good prices. I'm telling everyone, these are the best prices, the best devices for the price. And some people are gonna be like, "Oh, what about the Cube?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, everything's different for everybody. If you want to get the Cube's a great device. For sure it is.
Cube is a great device. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably let it go for like $100 or something. That'll include the shipping. So I've looked at this device, I've reviewed it, I've tested it, I've done a lot of stuff with this thing, and it's not bad. It's pretty powerful. My hang up is the limits, of course, that this thing has. There's certain things that you can do, certain things that you cannot do, and so the biggest thing that people want with this thing is flexibility. And I did a review actually. Okay, I did a review just recently, and I was looking at how these devices are compared. So I did the boxes. I did the Apple TV 4K. I did the Fire Cube, the second gen, and then I also did the NVIDIA Shield. You know, that's just it's a top box even now still, even though it's been a long time. So you know, I was just kind of like looking around, seeing what there is, what can you do, and yeah, I was. Oh, I had a reviewer that said that I missed the mark not including the Roku. I'm like, the Roku, really? They wanted me to throw the Roku in there and compare it with these three boxes.
No, you can't. You can't.
And I'm just like, what in the world? And dude, this guy actually made a comment on several people, even Flickchick. Flickchick said this was a really good comparison. Thank you for this review. And then he says, really? He's like, he left out the Roku. It's like, the Roku. I was like, oh, little man, it's okay.
I mean, they're not bad devices. They're really not bad devices, but it's a different market. I think.
It's like trying to say the on TV box. Let's compare that to the Apple 4K box. It's like you can't. You can't. Like first thing off the bat, before I even open the box itself on the on TV, I could feel how cheap the material is. It's not even in the same league when it just comes to packaging. Why the hell am I going to say, yes, let's grab the shitty ass device? And it's not a shitty device. It's still a decent device, but you can't compare that to it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I don't know for sure, but I would probably bet that you could even just download the Roku app on both of the other devices. Because you can get it on Android, and I want to bet that you can also get it on Apple as well. So if the only reason you want to get a Roku device is for the Roku content, we'll get the Roku content on another device that has better specs. That's just me, though. I don't know. So there is a couple things about the device that people should know. So a lot of people want to compare the Apple TV 4K directly against something like the new Cube, right? So one of the biggest differences is that, yes, they both have smart home assistants, except the Cube is hands-free and the Apple is not. And that could be a deal breaker for a lot of people, because some people like to be washing dishes and putting something on the TV with their voice. You know what I mean? And if that's you, then you want to go to the Cube versus the Apple, right? So there's a lot of interesting things. Now, I'm sure you could probably pair a smart speaker for Apple, and then it could control your TV. But if you were just looking for something that's simple and built in, then you would go with the Cube versus the Apple TV version, right? There's a couple other downsides as well. So like people need to know about these devices before they jump into them, just in case they rank those in their list of priorities. So the interesting thing about the Apple TV 4K is that the actual device has no USB ports, 0. That being said, the remote has a USB-C. So you can charge the remote with USB-C, but the actual device itself has no USB ports. So
actually,
if you are... Huh?
I don't think Apple's remote is USB-C. I think it's the Lightning.
No, it's USB-C. It's USB-C. Yes, USB-C. I'm 100% sure.
Let me see. I have videos on this.
I'm 100% sure.
I don't want to open this thing up. That's why
I've been researching the life out of this shit. I can't afford to buy one, so I researched my shit thoroughly.
Well, I played with it. Apple TV
remote 2022. How to charge? What port? Hip hop.
Up Anonymous. Okay, I'm like looking at one of my videos right now. This is not it.
Okay, while he's looking for that, I'll throw a couple other things out. There are some really exclusive apps specifically for Apple users, obviously, because Apple's made a whole brand off of building their ecosystem. And some of the really, really good ones, if you are part of that ecosystem, is their fitness stuff, because you can access it on the TV. So that is a good benefit. I do see these features coming to Google devices in the future with Google's integration of buying Fitbit in 2020. And them really pushing the operating system and updating it. I can see these features coming probably in the next year or two to some of the Chromecast devices and other Android devices as well. So,
found it.
What is it?
USB, Lightning C, Lightning USB.
Not Lightning.
I'm looking at it right now.
Not Lightning.
Look.
No.
Here's the video. I actually have the remote. There's a lightning cable.
What?
And look.
Are you sure that's the 2022 version?
Yes.
Impossible.
See?
Impossible. I do not believe.
I don't want to open this one up. But this one's also a new one. This is a brand new one, and it's still sealed. So if you want me to open it up, I don't want it to open it up because I might lose some value. People might say like, well, this is an open box.
Some of the other things that is good to point out is that the remote is okay. It's rechargeable, unlike the Amazon remotes. They're not rechargeable. This is coming with what I would consider to be a basic remote. And I wouldn't doubt that a pro remote could be down the road. Like we just saw the release of the Amazon Fire TV Pro remote, which came with features like Find My Remote, backlit keys, and a bunch of other things as well, programmable buttons, etc., etc. So this one's coming with a standard remote. What?
This says including Siri remote and lightning cable.
Weird. So weird.
Send me the link that you're talking about. I don't think they're sending me the old model. This is the Apple TV 4K.
Yeah.
Unless you Canadians have something different.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what you're looking at then. If you have a lightning, if you have a, because that wouldn't make sense because they don't use USB-C.
They do on everything except for iPhones.
I don't know.
Like their MacBooks are USB-C. Here, look, I sent you a link directly to the Apple website. I could even share my. You want me to share my screen? I could just do that. It'd probably be easier.
This Siri remote 3rd gen. Maybe this is just the remote.
Okay, well.
And it doesn't show the port. Maybe this is just.
Hold on. I'm going to share my screen.
Look, this also says Apple TV 4K Wi-Fi with 64-bit is $179.
Oh, because I sent you the Canadian link. That's the Canadian pricing. So maybe the Canadian ones have it and the US ones don't?
No, I have a feeling they're selling the remote separate.
No, because when I go, like here, look, I'll show you this. Look, I'll share my screen. So this is obviously the Canadian website I'm on right now, so prices are different. But when I go to the website here, right, doesn't matter which one I click on. I can click on any one I want. But when I scroll down, it says this includes Siri remote 3rd generation with USB-C. It's literally what it says. Doesn't matter which one I click on. So maybe check out apple.com on your side and just see if it says that in the notes. That's why I'm super confused because it's supposed to be USB-C. I was like, yes, one cable to rule them all. I can charge my phone, charge my remote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was excited about that, but I don't know why you're getting lightning. That's weird to me. That's strange. Strange.
Maybe this is a 2nd gen?
Could be.
I don't know why they would send me a 2nd gen to review.
You should ask them in an email.
Let's see. Tech specs on this thing. Apple TV 4K. They have a 64 and a 128. This one says charging via USB-C. Yeah, maybe this is the 2nd gen. That's crazy because they just sent this. This is brand new. Why would they send me an older one? I don't know. I don't want to open this one though. So $100. $100.
Well then, I don't know why. That's strange. But yeah, the besides those things, this is still a really, really great device. A lot of people have been looking for certain audio codecs, but what I think people don't understand is that Apple has their own audio codecs, like they have their own everything else. So people are looking for DTS or DTX or a bunch of other ones that do surround sound. But Apple has their own spatial audio codecs that works with their own devices. So I would think that if you're looking for the best audio experience from these devices, you may need to use Apple compatible speakers, right? The same way, like if you're using AirPods Pros and you're looking for that spatial audio, you're not going to get that on an Android device. You got to use it with their hardware. But that's not saying that it doesn't have spatial or 3D sound. It does, but it uses their own codecs. So you have to find Apple approved compatible speakers, right? That makes sense, right? Yeah,
that makes sense.
Just making sure I'm on the right track here.
So when it comes to, okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do with this thing. It does the TV stuff. It has a lot of the first party apps, the mainstream apps. You do have the Plex. If you have your own system through Plex, then you can get you can get away with a lot of stuff, I guess you can say. But there's a lot of work behind that. We've had people, actually Superdell said this, that you have to have everything in place. And this thing is a beast. If you have everything in place, pretty much if you have your shit together, then yes, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this thing. If you don't, though, and if you're not a person that wants to invest time or invest setting it up or invest payment on stuff or paying other people for their stuff or whatever it is, then this might be a pain in the butt if you're used to like third-party apps. I would say I've played with a full setup on Plex before, and the one thing I have to say is, as good as it is, it's also a pain in the butt. One big thing. Remember when I was asking you about that most extreme elimination? And you're just like, dude, go to Zion. And I'm just like, wait, what? And I check Zion. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's here. I was like, this is freaking dope. And then I was like, oh, let me check this thing out. And I'm scraping to see like what else I could find. And I'm just like, hey, check the Plex. And it doesn't have this show. So now I have to like reach out to get certain things so that way my Plex can work, or I could have access to my Plex. When you're there, like Netflix, for example, like you open up Netflix and they have thousands of movies and TV shows. You're not going to go through that entire list looking for it. And yes, they spend millions of dollars on a search button. But some of these search button options or voice remote options, sometimes if you misspell something, that's it. It screws up the whole thing and you have to start all over again. Or sometimes you just don't know how to spell it, like most extreme elimination. You would think like, oh, maybe if I just typed in most extreme elimination. No, you have to type in MXC. Sometimes it varies. And what I find with Plex, and I've ran into this several times. I'm just like, dude, I can't find it. And it's like, no, search it like this. Oh, here it is. And I don't want to rely on somebody else.
Well, then either. You run your own.
Right. Then you're on your own. So for me,
run your own.
I don't know. But I already mentioned why I don't want to run my own.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Too much. So I've kind of eliminated, for those people that don't want to do the work, I've eliminated the people who don't want to rely on other people to do the work or to pay them or whatever. But even after all this, honestly, the K app is still killer. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, and if you know what you're doing, for me, there's nothing that will ever beat the K app, because for one big reason, when you look at apps like Plex or some of these other ones, people say like, well, yeah, if you could find it there, then I could just download it and put it over here and set it up. And there, but the thing is that I've already eliminated trying to search, trying to do my own setup, trying to pay somebody else. I've already eliminated all of that stuff. So there's no real benefit to me after that. For me, I could just open up this other one, click it, bunch of stuff comes up, and I'm ready to go. And I don't mind waiting either if it's like something brand new that just came out and it's like, oh, I don't mind waiting. You know, the new Black Adam movie sucked anyway. Shots fired. Yeah, so it's kind of like when it comes to the Apple TV, now I'm thinking like, okay, can I have that option?
Yeah.
The K app.
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Let me see.
No, I can't show you that. YouTube doesn't like me.
YouTube don't like me. There's ways of going around it. It's just such.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's the same thing with everything else. You put in a little bit of time and effort and you save a little bit of bread. It's just how it goes with that. You know?
It's so much work.
Like,
I was like,
I can't. I'm not going to say too much, but I can make it do whatever I want it to do. I will make it. It will fold to my will. I just need to get my hands on one so I can play with it. So I'm probably gonna buy one eventually. But I still I'm so far behind on so many things. So, like, we're in the middle of moving. I haven't even done an unboxing video of the Cube. I haven't even done an unboxing video of the remote. Like, I haven't. Like, I have so much shit that I need to do, and I got to catch up. But the Apple TV is on my list, and unfortunately, for people that have been following us, a lot of the things that I'm going to be doing with the Apple TV, I can't show on YouTube, unfortunately. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Toot toot. Speaking about shows though, that are Apple related, I just finished the 3rd season of C.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I liked the 1st season. I thought the 1st season, before I watched the 3rd season, was the best. The 2nd season, it was good, but I felt like it dragged on a little bit. And the 3rd season was pretty badass. So I recommend anybody who is looking for, who have started maybe see, if you watched season 1, season 2, and you don't know if you want to watch season 3 or you're kind of dragging your feet, season 3 is badass. Once you hit episode like 4 or 5, it starts to really pick up. And there's only 8 episodes per season. It's not something that's going to take you, years to catch up on. Something you could do in an afternoon, I guess, for some of you. So yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show. It had some killer twists.
Sweet.
Apple 15 iPhone rumors. Interested?
Say again, one more time.
I said like 3 words. You're like, Apple 15 rumors. Are you interested? And you're like, I'm not interested, but they might be. Okay, fine. I'll keep going. It says that it will use a state-of-the-art image sensor from Sony that increases the amount of light captured. If anybody knows anything about photography, the more light that a camera can capture is the better that it will produce an image. It's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. iPhone has made a name for taking stellar photos, but Android phones have largely caught up and exceeded Apple's image quality. I won't say completely beating Apple, because there are certain situations where Apple's camera is still better. Somehow its optimization with using the sensors that it's been using is still pretty badass for what they're using, because they've been using a 12 megapixel sensor for 40 years. Mm-hmm. And what they will say, yeah.
So I'll add on that one. There was a ton of reviews, and I'm not going to throw any phones out. I'll just say the iPhone 14. There's tons of reviews when it was comparing that to a bunch of other phones that also came out roughly around the same time, or were coming out roughly around the same time. All these new phones from 2022, some rumor from 2023. Some people had some hands-on on some of these phones, and we're comparing like the 13 to like the new stuff that was coming out, and there wasn't one phone that really killed another.
Right, exactly. They're all good at different things.
Yeah. So they could take a picture in certain situations, and just depending, like honestly, like the black on at nighttime, some of your night shots, some of these pictures look really good on both, and it almost comes down to preference. Like, do you want more of this or do you want more of that? But they both were great. So yeah, there wasn't really anything that like hands down this is the killer phone of all phones.
Right.
So yeah, I agree.
For sure. So it says, however, the iPhone 15 line is rumored to include a sensor from Sony that may set it apart from the competition. Now, I feel like they could say this about any top of the line phone being rumored with a new camera, because we don't know what the other rumors for the other phones are. What if they all come with the same sensor? Who knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they all don't go to Sony for their sensors. Where else are they going?
Yeah.
Are they all going? I'm pretty sure if we Googled Samsung's phone sensors for their cameras, it would say that they're Sony's too. So they have the same connections. I guess it would only be determined by if Sony wanted to give the cream of the crop to Apple versus everyone else, right? So I guess it is what it is. It says the iPhone often sits near the top of the smartphone photography rankings, and with good reason. Each year, Apple smartphones put out incredible images, and Apple has placed a large emphasis on photography over the past few years. According to a new report from Nikkei, Nikkei, the iPhone 15 may dominate.
Nikkei.
Yeah. How do you pronounce? What language is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a modern day woke way of spelling Nikki?
I guess woke way. They're like, it's a man's name.
Oh my god! Don't assume my gender by my name. Whoa! Okay, let me get back on the topic. It may dominate the smartphone photography world thanks to Sony's latest image processor. In a report published today, they claim that Sony has agreed to supply Apple with its latest state-of-the-art sensor. So here's another thing: they agreed to supply them. Are they only supplying Apple with it, or are they saying yes, you can have this too? You know what I mean? Like, context is needed, and I think that we don't have that. But I mean, Apple has such a big pull that they could have struck an exclusive deal with Sony for their cream of the crop latest sensor. Who knows? Sony has manufactured the image sensor used in the iPhone for years, so it isn't too surprising that the Japanese electronics company will continue what was likely been a lucrative partnership. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to read the rest of the article, but that's the only rumor that I have in front of me right now is the cameras are going to be better. But I feel like every year they say that. My camera's dope. My camera's dope. My camera's dope. Buy my phone because my camera's dope. It's literally, I swear, every press conference. Oh, our phone, the camera is the best ever. You can do this, and you can make your money back on your phone by becoming a content creator and then being killed by the algorithm, and Skynet will eat you alive.
Skynet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
So, you know what? I'm going to go from here to an article titled Man Robbed of 300 iPhones on his way to the car after leaving the Apple store.
Oh, wait, how many iPhones again?
300. How do you carry 300 iPhones?
Dude, how much are iPhones again? like
Let's say they're $1,000.
Dude.
How are you walking around with $300,000? Just like
Exactly.
Let's go to my car.
What are you like McDuck? What is that?
How do you even hold on a second? Like, this title gives me so many questions. How do you even spend $300,000 in a retail store? Like, what kind of credit card do you need? Because even if you have the $300,000, there has to be an approved limit. Because then anybody could steal your credit card and just take $1 million from you.
You probably have to notify your bank and saying like, "Hey, I'm about to make a purchase. It's going to be this much amount of money."
Look, this is all kind of sketch, bro. This is all kind of sketch. So this happened November 30th. Literally happened November 30th.
I'm telling you, it was freaking either Lou Later or it was Mr. Beast. It was one of these big YouTubers that are trying to flex about something. And and they probably and they got their asses whooped because they got no flex games.
So I guess to provide more context, the man was robbed of $95,000 worth of iPhones. He wasn't buying the latest iPhones. He was buying 300 iPhone 13s from the 24-hour Apple store and was walking back to his car at 1:45 a.m.
in Inglewood.
Like, this guy's just trying to, like, okay, if this wasn't an insurance scam, then I don't know, like, you're buying 300 iPhones at 1:45 in the morning.
Where the hell is there a 24-hour iPhone store? It's like, who the hell is open at that time?
It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. So the 24-hour Apple store is in New York City on 5th Avenue.
But why?
Because it's the best place to get robbed if you want to buy 300 iPhones at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Why?
New York City, 5th Avenue, and you're walking around with $100,000 on iPhones at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which YouTuber lives out there?
Said it was a 27-year-old that made this purchase and was walking back to his car. Another car pulled up alongside of him. Oh, it won't let me read the rest of the... I hate when these news articles do this shit to me.
Yeah, sign up for this thing and pay us, and you can read the rest of it.
No, you pay me.
That's so dumb. Like, seriously.
Okay.
I get it. He's trying to go at nighttime because he wants to be discreet about it. He doesn't want, like, I'm guessing it's a YouTuber. They want to go and surprise a bunch of people that say, here's the phone or whatever. Do a giveaway and then do a tax write-off. Okay, that's fine. And doing it in the middle of the night is probably like super incognito and probably actually safer, you would think. Like, okay, if it was during the daytime and you're walking out with a shit ton of phones like that, and there's a lot of people out there, dude, you're gonna get. It's not gonna be just one or two people kicking your ass. It's gonna be like a whole mob. Hold
on a second. If I am a professional thief, and I'm just looking at, you know, making a couple muggings a week, and that would provide my lifestyle, the best place to sit outside would be a 24-hour Apple store at 2 o'clock in the morning. You rob one or two of those phones a week and you're good, bro. This is not financial advice. Okay, I found a better article. It says,
just sounds all kinds of dumb right now.
He was carrying 300 iPhone 13s in 3 bags. Well, I held up 2 fingers, but 3 bags. And walking to his car at 1:45 a.m. When another car pulled up next to him, 2 men jumped out and demanded that he hand over the bags. Not wanting to hand over 300 iPhones, the victim put up a fight and was ultimately punched in the face before the thieves made off with the bags. The bag contained 125 iPhones that were worth $95,000. Oh, so he still came out with like almost 2/3 of his iPhones, no? Because they only took 125 iPhones that were worth $95,000. So yeah, he spent like $300,000 there, and he only got robbed for 95. Oh, so I don't know. This is weird. Maybe he didn't want to claim the whole thing on his insurance scam.
Why didn't he just run the red light?
No, he didn't.
Like, if they pulled up right next to him, dude. Like, if somebody pulled up right next to me, and I know I'm carrying that amount of stuff with me, and I see somebody opening up their door in the street, bro, I'm either gonna hit the reverse or I'm gonna slam on my drive.
He wasn't in the car yet.
He wasn't in the car yet.
He was trying to get it in the car. Oh man! So police said that the man in question often made large iPhone purchases. So he's been watched, bro. He's been watched, and he always purchases it from the 5th Avenue store in order to resell them through his small business. It is not clear why he was making the purchase at 1 o'clock in the morning, nor whether he was specifically targeted based on purchasing habits. Apple's 5th Avenue location is open 24 hours a day, along with the early morning purchases. Allowing for early morning purchases. Apple also had a Black Friday sale going on at the time, which the thieves may be aware of. The thieves knew about the Black Friday sale. Yes,
they got the same email everybody did. I hope
they got a blowout of a deal. It was a steal of a deal. A steal of a deal. Yeah. So if you're thinking about purchasing 300 iPhones at 2:00 in the morning, just be aware of your surroundings. Maybe take backup. Walk with a piece. I don't know.
I don't know. It just sounds a lot of craziness.
I'm surprised that even an Apple store carries 300 iPhones in stock. That doesn't sound like something that they would just carry in stock.
Well, if this is something that he's been doing, he probably
Right.
has a connection there, and they probably had his ship ready.
Or prearranged or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
that's stupid. Why don't they just, if he's got a shot? Oh, no. Why don't they just deliver it to his business or his home or wherever he's working out of? That's something that sounds like, hey, I'm purchasing all these phones. You guys deliver it to me. Like, I'm not gonna go pick it up. It's a whole, but because I'm stuck on stupid stuck on you.
So yeah, I got 2 more articles that should pretty much take us right to the end. I didn't think that we would have so much to talk about. So in one of our previous episodes, we talked about a car crashing through an Apple store. Not the same Apple store. Just want to point it out there. It wasn't the same Apple store. So there's 2 things that have come out of that so far. Is that one, one of the men that were injured files a lawsuit against Apple.
Why?
The attorneys on Tuesday filed a lawsuit against Apple, the man who allegedly drove his SUV into the Massachusetts Apple store, and other entities on behalf of the man injured during the recent incident in his family, according to the court documents. The complainant and his family made allegations of negligence and loss of consortium. The hell is that? Do you know what that means?
Hip Hop Anonymous?
I need to Google this word. 1 second. The meaning of consortium is an agreement, combination, or group as of companies formed to undertake the enterprise beyond the resource. What? This is a whole bunch of words that mean nothing to me.
In the encyclopedia of where all the words exist, this word will be found somewhere between the letters A and Z. It's like, what's the meaning of it? It's almost like, remember in grade school when they're just like, hey, here's your word, and you have to put it in a sentence, and then you would get that word and say, this word is in the dictionary. But you wouldn't actually use the word for a real situation.
I'm not good with words, guys, so I'm sorry if you guys know what this means, and I'm still trying to like wrap my head around this consortium. So it is a Latin word meaning partnership. Okay, let's just go with that. So the family, the guy and his family made allegations of negligence and loss of the partnership against the defendants in connection to the incident. The suit names Apple real estate developer and other entities as defendants and seeks damages against. This guy's trying to blame the people who built the building, bro.
It's their fault that I slipped and fell.
Well, it's their fault that a car drove through your building and hit me.
Yeah,
you need
it's
to
their
fix
fault.
your building.
They should have had better reinforcements so that way that never happens.
All right. So he says he claims that the person drove his vehicle in a negligent manner. Meanwhile, Apple and the WS development defendants purportedly failed to protect those in the Apple store due to the lack of barriers to prevent the vehicle from crashing into it.
Wow.
Like, if you set this precedence, it's like, what? You're in the food court and the Zamboni driver drives through one of the stores and runs over your kid? Like, where do you go from there? I don't know. I don't disagree. Like, either way, this would be a workplace injury, right? Like, they should have some kind of coverage, no?
Yeah.
But they're looking for over and above the typical coverage, I'm assuming. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I'm a little bit confused by this situation. I think that I don't know what to think about this, to be honest with you. I have no idea. The other thing about this situation is that somebody from Apple flew in to visit the injured people from the store. Can you guess who it was?
Elon Musk.
Nope.
Ooh, not Jobs.
Tim Cook.
Who?
Tim Cook.
Really?
Yeah. You imagine that, bro? You get hurt at work, and then the CEO of the company is like, "Hey, you okay, bro?" Well, like, am I dreaming? I'm just waking up.
He
Like,
comes in. Nothing to see here, guys. Keep moving along.
and then somebody's like, "I'm suing you."
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that the CEO,
CE. That's a new one. Chief Executive. You.
you.
Oh, shit.
Would show up to something like this. It's good for the company, I think, to put someone of that stature in the place of this situation like that to kind of bring up spirits if you can. But I think some people were like fatally injured and stuff like that too. So it's a crazy situation. So yeah. Man, I feel like I've been talking for an hour.
What?
One more article. Actually, a couple articles, but they all say the same thing. So, there is actually a statement from the driver of the vehicle before I move on. Because remember when we were talking about it before, I was like, so what happened? Like, what happened? Like, why aren't they telling us what happened? So it says the 53-year-old Bradley Rain faced charges of motor vehicle homicide by reckless driving, a felony in Massachusetts, and reckless driving, a misdemeanor. At his arrangement, bail was set to $100,000. He is not allowed to drive while the case is pending, and he must seek permission of the court to leave the state. So he's due back in court on the 22nd of December. It's interesting that the courts would be so close to Christmas. I would think that they would be off that week.
Yeah.
It says, I don't know who's quoting this, but it says, though the outcome of this accident was horrific, it was just that it was an accident. Rain's court-appointed lawyer, Allison King, said he was cooperative with police and was not under the influence of alcohol. It was just really unfortunate. He says that he told the police his foot got stuck on the accelerator.
Huh.
I mean, it's not impossible, but that's a crazy scenario. I know like years ago, Toyota had a recall because the acceleration pedal would get stuck in the ground. And a lot, because I used to work for Toyota. So people had to bring in the car and they would have to like remove a piece of the ground underneath it so that it wouldn't get stuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that's crazy. Yeah, so I got two articles here. I'll read you both titles and then I guess we'll kind of dissect them. I haven't read them myself, but I have an idea of what they're about. So the first title says, Musk says Twitter feud with Apple boss is resolved. So what is the feud? The feud is that Apple was potentially threatening to take Twitter out of the App Store, right? So Elon Musk was retaliating with some tweets saying that he'll just come out with his own phone and he doesn't need them and screw these guys.
Screw these guys. I'm going home.
So the second article, the title says, Elon Musk meets with Tim Cook, says Apple never considered removing the Twitter app. I call bullshit, but I mean, who am I? Who am I? Right? Let's see which one will give me the best thing. So this one has a couple key points. It says Twitter owner Elon Musk said he went to Apple's headquarters and met with Apple CEO Tim Cook on Wednesday. And that was, I believe, the 30th of November. The meeting marks a significant de-escalation days after after Musk went on a tweet storm accusing Apple of threatening to pull the Twitter app from the App Store. And there was a bunch of other people that were starting to get involved. The CEO from Spotify was getting involved, and it was starting to start to snowball. So I believe if Apple didn't do something, then the situation would have blown really, really like crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Among other things, we resolved the misunderstanding about Twitter potentially being removed from the App Store. That's what Musk tweeted. Maybe they paid him off. Like, how much do you think it would cost to pay off Elon Musk? It wouldn't be like paying off you or me. Like, this is a man with like $100 billion, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you were to pay him off to keep his mouth shut, you probably have to pay him like what, $5 billion? $1 million? No, it would have to be more than $1 million. No. What do you
Probably.
think?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
So it says Twitter owner Elon Musk said he went. Yeah, I read that already. Read that one already. Apple storm. So he was accusing of them pulling the app from the App Store, and then deleted a meme and suggested he would rather go to war than pay Apple's 30% platform fees. I think that's the bigger issue. So he said, a good conversation among other things. We resolved the misunderstanding about Twitter potentially being removed from the Apple App Store. Musk tweeted, Tim was clear that Apple never considered doing so. In another tweet, Musk posted a short video of a reflecting pool at the center of the Apple Park in California. On Monday, Musk posted several tweets criticizing Apple. So that tweet of the video of the pool in the Apple Park, people are saying that he was standing beside Tim Cook, but he didn't show him in the video. So that's like, there was a reflection and people are like, that reflection is Tim Cook. I don't know if it is or it isn't. I mean, if the world's richest man is going to Apple, who else is he going to meet with?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty sure it probably was Tim Cook. And he says he spoke to Tim Cook. So whatever. Apple stands to make money from Twitter if Musk succeeds in his plan to significantly expand Twitter's subscription revenue, and those features are sold through the Twitter iPhone app. So this says, did you know that Apple puts a secret 30% tax on everything you buy through their app store? Musk tweeted on Monday. He also tagged Cook's Twitter account on Monday, and he asked what's going on with a potential suspension of the Twitter app. Oh, I actually have the video here. Hold on. Oh, come on. That's really hard to tell if it is or it isn't him. Look, I'll show you. But I mean, like I said, if he's going there, who else is he going to be standing next to, right? So here's the video. And then this is Musk. And then that's Cook. That's got to be Cook. That's the video. That's literally the video.
Wow.
And like, this video has been liked 411 times, 1,000 times. That's just liked. How many views would that have gotten? It's literally a 2-second clip of him panning one way to the other way. Like, every content creator's dream is to post a 5-second clip that gets millions of views like that.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I'm calling bullshit. I'm also very curious because I don't think this is over yet. The pulling of Twitter from the App Store is one issue that possibly got resolved on this meeting, and I could probably see that happening. But the other issue is the bigger issue, right? The other issue is the bigger issue because if they don't resolve the 30% tax through their Apple App Store and the purchases within the applications inside their Apple App Store, if they don't resolve that, then it's not just Twitter that gets pulled, right? There's more companies that will try to pull out. There's more companies that will try to do lawsuits. Like we've seen Epic and Spotify and all these other companies try to fight it, right? So if they don't solve that, then it could almost force the hand of another company to create their own phone, right? So I don't know. I feel like, yes, there is potential that they resolve the issue in the meantime with Elon Musk and Twitter, but I don't think that they've resolved the issue with the 30% tax. And like, maybe they talked about it and maybe there's talks about potentially changing something in the future, but that wouldn't have been resolved in a 5-second video clip meeting that they had in front of a pool.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Interesting. Super interesting. Yeah. A lot of stuff on this episode with Apple, Crapple, whatever. So let us know in the comments. I know we're going to get somebody that says, oh, look, 200 guys talking about Apple again. I wonder who that's going to be. Shots fired. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Let us know what you guys think. Yeah, I for me, I'm still stuck on why the hell you're gonna buy all those Apple phones in the middle of the night.
Was that your favorite article for today?
That was like a what the hell? Like, dude, you're stupid.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, hope you guys appreciate today's episode. We always like when you guys come down and interact with us. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you guys think. If there is anything that you guys want us to discuss, talk about, rant, whatever, throw it in there. We're here for you, for your entertainment. All right, next, what you got?
Thank you guys for watching and listening to another episode of Beyond the Streams. Wherever you guys are watching or listening to us from, make sure that you leave us a comment or review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure that you're also hitting that thumbs up, that like, and subscribe so that you never miss a thing, because you never know where the conversation is going to go or who we may have on. So until next time, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.